Welcome to Bharat Spiritual's video of astrological tips and talks. Here we will inform you, in a very precise way, few reasons for ups and downfalls of wealth and finances of a person in life, and at last we may give you few probable tips to rectify them as remedies. You can also contact me if you want, for your astrological analysis, and you may seek probable astrological suggestions to overcome your crisis. As per general rules, if second house and its lord are connected or aspected by auspicious planets, then it increases wealth. If the lord of second house is in the 11th house or the 11th house lord in second house or in trine, that is Kendra, then the native becomes wealthy. If the Lagna lord is placed in the second house, the native will also gain wealth. But if that Lagna Pati is somehow connected with a malefic planet sitting in the second house, then there is not that much of gain, but some loss occurred. Jupiter is the ruler of wealth. So if Jupiter is placed in 2nd and 11th house, then it is good for earning wealth. If there is a malefic aspect on the 2nd house, there is a possibility that the native can't gain that much of wealth. If the lord of the 2nd house is placed in the 6th, 8th, or 12th house, or if the lord of the 11th house is placed in the 6th, 8th, or 12th house, then wealth is destroyed. If 2nd, 11th, and Lagna lords join, native becomes wealthy. If ruler of wealth is joined by a malefic planet, and the malefic planet is in the house of wealth, then some amount of wealth is destroyed. Again, if the Jupiter is in the 12th house, or if the Jupiter is debilitated, then there is loss of wealth happens. Placement of Saturn in the house of wealth also causes some loss of wealth. But if the Mercury aspects Saturn, placed in the house of wealth, then again the native becomes rich. If the house of wealth is aspected by Saturn, then the wealth is destroyed to some extent. Again, if the Jupiter is in the 12th house, or if the Jupiter is debilitated, then there is loss of wealth happens. If Sun is placed in the house of wealth, then the native becomes rich. But if that Sun that is sitting in the house of wealth is aspected by Saturn, then again poverty comes. If Mercury is in the house of wealth, then wealth is gained in much extent, but in smaller ways and in various ways. If the Mercury in Dhanasthana, that is Mercury in 11th house or 2nd house, is aspected by Chandra, that is Moon, there is a possibility of much loss of fortune to the native. Again, the aspect of Mercury on the Moon in Dhanasthana, that means aspect of Mercury on the Moon, posited in 11th or 2nd house, likely to cause a loss of wealth and cause scarcity. If Jupiter is placed in the house of wealth, the native will gain much wealth. But if that Jupiter is aspected by the Mercury, then the loss of wealth may occur, and sometimes native becomes poor. The placement of Venus in Dhanasthana, that is in 2nd or 11th house, is good. But if that Venus is aspected by its enemy planet, the results become not so good. You may contact me if you want for your astrological needs and analysis. You may get probable astrological real-time remedies and suggestions to overcome your crisis. Our contact details also have been given in the description box. As per the remedy, it's really advisable to get your horoscope made and analyzed by an astrologer who can guide you properly so that your financial condition can be rectified and get boosted. There are many remedies like pujas, homam, havan, yajna, fire rituals, gems therapy, chanting of right mantras as per your details, spiritual kriyas, etc. Only an astrologer can properly guide you. Please subscribe our YouTube channel so that you can get information of next videos in line with tips and guidance for a better life.